The NBA offseason is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory, especially with teams like the Washington Wizards making waves in the buyout market. The Wizards have been pretty aggressive in moving on from veterans already, buying out 3 or 4 players and looking to possibly add more to that list. What we're seeing is a clear indication that Washington is pivoting hard towards youth and rebuilding, choosing to part ways with some of their older core players rather than dragging them through a transitional phase that doesn't align with their long-term vision. Among the names being shopped around, Chris Middleton and C.J. McCollum stand out prominently. Both players are established veterans with plenty of experience and skill, but the Wizards apparently do not see either as part of their future plans. This type of situation is pretty common in the league, especially when teams are in rebuild mode. They want to clear salary cap space and roster spots, and they want to give their younger players room to grow and get minutes. For Middleton and McCollum, who still have solid value, this presents an opportunity for other teams to swoop in, especially contenders looking to bolster their depth with savvy veterans. Now, looking at Chris Middleton, he's a fascinating case. The guy has long been regarded as a reliable two-way player, a steady scorer, a solid defender, and an all-around professional. But the biggest concern with Middleton has been his health or lack thereof. Injuries have hampered his ability to consistently stay on the floor over the past few seasons, which naturally raises red flags for teams considering bringing him on board. When you look at his numbers, though, he still manages to be productive when healthy, averaging around 12 points for rebounds and for assists per game on roughly 48% shooting. Last season, those are solid numbers for a role player or even a starter, especially when paired with the kind of defensive versatility and basketball IQ he brings to the floor. And age-wise, Middleton is 33, turning 34 soon, which in previous NBA eras might have seemed like the beginning of the decline phase. But the game has evolved, and so has player longevity. We see stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant still performing at elite levels well into their mid-30s. The emphasis on better training, nutrition, and load management means players can extend their primes and still make an impact at ages that used to be considered past their peak. So the Lakers, or any other team for that matter, wouldn't necessarily shy away from a 34-year-old if he can still contribute meaningfully, especially if the goal is to compete right now rather than build strictly for the distant future. Middleton, in particular, could slot perfectly into a bench role where his experience and skill set would be invaluable. Imagine a rotation that features someone like Marcus Smart, who brings energy and toughness, alongside Middleton's scoring and defensive savvy. Throw in the mix a couple of young, athletic wings or forwards like Jared Vanderbilt or Jake LaRavia, and suddenly you've got a bench unit that can hold its own on both ends of the court. The Lakers, for example, might look at Middleton as a potential piece who could bring both scoring punch and veteran leadership off the bench, complementing the stars and providing stability during key stretches of games. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. There's also talk about potential upgrades at the center position. Names like Nerlens Noel or Nikola Vucevic have been mentioned as possible targets. Bringing in a big man with size and defensive presence would round out the rotation nicely, creating a balanced roster that mixes youth, athleticism, and experience. The market for buyout candidates like Middleton and Vucevic could be a golden opportunity for teams like the Lakers to assemble a competitive roster without breaking the bank or committing to long-term contracts. Shifting over to C.J. McCollum, he presents a slightly different profile. McCollum is also entering his mid-30s, turning 34 in September, but he remains one of the more consistent and prolific scorers in the league. His career averages hover around the mid-20s in points, with solid contributions in assists and rebounds, and he is renowned for his shooting ability, especially from beyond the arc. The key thing about McCollum is that he is a volume shooter who maintains excellent efficiency. Over his career, he has shot close to 40% from three-point range on a high volume of attempts, something that's incredibly valuable in today's NBA, where spacing and shooting are paramount. For teams looking for a reliable scorer who can come off the bench and provide instant offense, McCollum fits the bill perfectly. He understands his role, doesn't demand the spotlight, and can create his own shot while also making plays for teammates. A player like him on a veteran minimum contract would be a steal, especially for a contender looking to add depth without compromising cap flexibility. Plus, his ability to stretch the floor and knock down threes at a high clip opens up driving lanes for playmakers. making him an ideal fit alongside dynamic ball handlers like LeBron James or Luka Doncic. From the Wizards' perspective, letting go of veterans like Middleton and McCollum is a logical step. They want to maximize playing time for their younger core and avoid the awkward situation of having veterans who expect significant minutes when the future lies with developing talent. It also clears up financial space and prevents the team from being stuck with players they can't trade easily due to contract complications. Buyouts in this scenario serve everyone. The team gets flexibility. The players get the chance to join contenders where they can contribute meaningfully, and the overall roster dynamic improves. What makes this whole scenario even more interesting is how other teams might respond. There are rumors swirling about potential trades involving players like Andrew Wiggins, who might be moved to make room for new acquisitions if the Lakers, for example, can package assets to acquire Middleton and a player like Vucevic. Adding Wiggins to the mix could provide a formidable front line with length, shooting, and defensive versatility. That kind of shakeup could turn the Lakers into a real threat, blending veteran savvy with the explosive talent of their stars. On the flip side, teams like Miami are also making moves, possibly targeting players like DeMar DeRozan, which might open the door for them to part ways with others like Wiggins. These domino effects create a fascinating ripple across the league, where one buyout or trade influences multiple rosters and shifts the balance of power. For now, it's a waiting game. As training camp approaches, we'll see fewer buyouts and more trades as teams finalize their rosters and prepare for the grind of the regular season. The Lakers, known for being patient and strategic, are likely monitoring these developments closely. They want to strike the right balance between adding experienced pieces and maintaining flexibility for the future. In all this, players like Jeremy Grant and Nikola Vucevic remain intriguing possibilities. Originally, Vucevic was expected to be bought out after the season, but changing circumstances could accelerate that timeline. Cap space and luxury tax considerations play a huge role in these decisions, as teams try to navigate the complex financial landscape of the NBA while assembling competitive rosters. Ultimately, the buyout market this year could redefine the trajectory for multiple teams. Veterans who once were key starters may now find themselves taking on reduced roles, coming off the bench, or even shifting teams mid-season to chase championships. The blend of youth and experience, speed and savvy, athleticism and skill will determine who emerges as the real contenders. Looking at Middleton's last season, the disparity between his Milwaukee and Washington stints is telling. With Milwaukee, he shot efficiently and contributed significantly, but his numbers dipped in Washington, especially his three-point shooting. This highlights how context matters. Playing alongside stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo creates different opportunities compared to a rebuilding team. Joining a team with creators like LeBron or Luka could revitalize his game, giving him better looks and more defined roles. The same applies to McCollum, who has shown durability over the years and can still produce at a high level. His ability to handle the ball, create shots, and space the floor makes him a versatile weapon for any team in need of scoring punch. And leadership. Health remains the biggest question mark, especially for Middleton. He hasn't played over 60 games in a season since 2021 to 2022, and that lack of availability can be a serious liability. But when he is on the court, he can impact the game in ways that few others can. Teams weighing the risk-reward of signing him will have to consider whether his experience and skill outweigh the uncertainty of his physical condition. Ultimately, these buyouts and potential signings reflect a broader trend in the NBA. Teams are looking for flexibility, veterans who can contribute immediately, and young talent to build around. It's a delicate balancing act, and the next few weeks will be critical as players find new homes and teams set their sights on the upcoming season. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a surprising twist that has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, the Los Angeles Lakers appear to be making a bold move by reportedly securing a lightning-fast signing of Filipino basketball sensation RHENZ ABANDO. Although nothing has been officially confirmed, whispers from insiders and sports circles suggest that the Lakers are keen to inject a fresh burst of energy and flair into their roster, betting heavily on ABANDO's potential to deliver instant excitement and spectacle on the court. The idea of a prominent NBA franchise snapping up a rising star from the Philippines has created an intense buzz, stirring rumors that this move could be a strategic play to not only strengthen the team's competitiveness but also to tap into the ever-growing Asian basketball market, speculation is rife that the Lakers, aiming to recapture their glory days, see ABANDO as the perfect blend of skill, speed, and charisma to electrify fans and shift the dynamics of the league. The sudden nature of this supposed signing has only fueled more curiosity and debate among analysts and supporters alike, who wonder how quickly the rookie phenom can adapt to the highly demanding environment of the NBA, and whether he will live up to the towering expectations now placed upon him. This emerging story continues to dominate sports discussions, as enthusiasts eagerly await any official statements or confirmations that could validate or dispel these electrifying rumors. Adding to the intrigue surrounding the potential acquisition of RHENZ ABANDO by the Los Angeles Lakers is the sheer speed at which this signing is rumored to have taken place. The term lightning fast has been thrown around by several sports commentators and insiders, emphasizing the urgency and decisiveness behind the Lakers' alleged move. Such a rapid transaction suggests the franchise's eagerness to make an immediate impact in the upcoming season, capitalizing on ABANDO's rising momentum and impressive performances in regional leagues and international tournaments. Observers speculate that the Lakers management sees an untapped opportunity in ABANDO's skill set, a player known for his dynamic playing style, agility, and scoring ability, attributes that could mesh well with the team's existing core and coaching strategy. This urgency and the lightning-quick nature of the deal are also rumored to be a response to rival teams showing interest in ABANDO, prompting the Lakers to act swiftly to secure his talents before competitors can intervene. The rapid pace of the alleged signing not only points to a strategic masterstroke, but also adds a layer of excitement and uncertainty, making fans wonder how this young athlete will adjust to the pressures and pace of the NBA as these rumors continue to swirl. Basketball aficionados remain glued to updates, eager to see if this signing will indeed bring the spectacle the Lakers crave. Meanwhile, the buzz about the Lakers betting on RHENZ ABANDO for an immediate spectacle has sparked discussions about what his presence could mean for the franchise's style and approach on the court. Known for his flair and ability to captivate audiences with his explosive performances, ABANDO is rumored to be the kind of player who can elevate a team's entertainment value while contributing significantly to its tactical arsenal. Analysts suggest that if the Lakers are genuinely pursuing this young talent, they are aiming to infuse their game with more creativity, agility, and scoring versatility, potentially revitalizing a team that has seen ups and downs in recent seasons. The notion of spectacle being a key factor in this rumored signing hints at the franchise's desire not only to win games, but to do so in a style that excites fans and creates a buzz both on and off the court. This strategy, if true, could align well with the Lakers' storied legacy of not just being a winning team, but one that dazzles crowds worldwide. The speculation extends to coaching strategies, player dynamics, and even marketing angles, as ABANDO's unique background and rising star status could broaden the Lakers' appeal in diverse markets. The ongoing rumor continues to stimulate heated debates, fueling anticipation about how this signing might redefine the Lakers' trajectory. Amidst all the excitement, some voices of caution are also emerging, pondering the challenges and risks associated with integrating a relatively young and less experienced player like RHENZ ABANDO into a high-profile, pressure cooker environment like the NBA, especially with a team as historically prestigious as the Lakers. Skeptics question whether ABANDO's transition from regional leagues to one of the most competitive basketball stages in the world can happen seamlessly, and whether the expectations of instant spectacle may weigh heavily on his performance and development. The rumored signing thus brings a mix of hope and concern, as fans and experts weigh the potential rewards against the realities of such a fast-tracked career leap. Questions arise about the level of support and mentorship ABANDO would receive, his adaptability to the physicality and pace of the NBA, and how quickly he can build chemistry with seasoned teammates. Despite these doubts, the mere possibility of the Lakers' involvement has already elevated ABANDO's profile dramatically, suggesting that regardless of the outcome, this rumor has succeeded in putting him on the global basketball map. This delicate balance of excitement and skepticism continues to animate discussions, making this developing story one of the most captivating in recent sports narratives. Finally, the cultural and commercial implications of the Lakers' rumored quick signing of RHENZ ABANDO cannot be overlooked, as the potential move hints at a broader trend of NBA teams actively scouting and investing in international talent, especially from regions like Southeast Asia that are gaining increased visibility and influence in global basketball. The buzz generated by this story reflects a growing recognition of the Philippines as a hotbed of basketball talent and a passionate fan base eager to see their heroes succeed on the biggest stages. If the Lakers are indeed behind this lightning-fast signing, it would mark a significant milestone, not only for ABANDO, but also for the representation of Asian players in the NBA, potentially inspiring a new generation of athletes and expanding the league's global footprint. Market analysts speculate that this move could open doors for lucrative sponsorship deals, increase merchandise sales, and heighten media attention across Asia, benefiting both the franchise and the league at large. Moreover, this rumor resonates beyond sports, symbolizing a cultural exchange and the blending of basketball traditions that enrich the game's global narrative. The ongoing anticipation around this signing underscores the powerful intersection of sports, culture, and commerce, promising to keep fans and observers glued to every update as the story unfolds. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news, subscribe to our channel, and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.